Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to Azure Synapse Dataset. Azure Synapse is a cloud-based analytics service that allows you to integrate and analyze data from various sources. A dataset in Azure Synapse is a collection of data that can be used to perform analytics and create visualizations. To get started with Azure Synapse Dataset, you need to have an Azure account and create a Synapse workspace. A Synapse workspace is a container that holds all your datasets, pipelines, and analytics resources. Once you have created a Synapse workspace, you can create a new dataset by clicking on the Datasets tab and then clicking on the New Dataset button. There are several types of datasets that you can create in Azure Synapse, including Azure Blob Storage, Azure Data Lake Storage, and Azure Cosmos DB. You can also create datasets from other data sources such as SQL Server, Oracle, and Teradata. When creating a dataset, you need to specify the data source, authentication method, and data format. One of the key concepts in Azure Synapse Dataset is the concept of linked services. A linked service is a connection to a data source that allows you to access the data. You can create linked services for different data sources and use them to create datasets. Another key concept is the concept of dataset definitions, which define the structure and schema of the dataset. To create a dataset, you need to follow these steps. First, create a linked service to the data source. Then, create a dataset definition that defines the structure and schema of the dataset. Finally, create the dataset by specifying the linked service and dataset definition. Best practices for working with Azure Synapse datasets include using meaningful names and descriptions for your datasets and linked services. You should also use authentication methods such as Azure Active Directory and SQL authentication to secure your data. Additionally, you should use data formats such as CSV, JSON, and Parquet to optimize data storage and processing. In conclusion, Azure Synapse Dataset is a powerful tool for integrating and analyzing data from various sources. By following the steps outlined in this guide, you can create datasets and start performing analytics and creating visualizations. Remember to use meaningful names and descriptions. Secure your data with authentication methods, and optimize data storage and processing with efficient data formats.